Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much for watching this video. So it's day 2. I almost forgot what day it was. Like when it's a third attempt, you kind of get a little bit like, what day am I on? Anyway, it's day 2. Still not finished. Got at least, I'd say, 1.5 litre to drink, if not a bit more than that. I've still got my indoor workout to do, still got my reading to do, picture, which is kind of most tasks, but I'm confident I'm going to get it done. I did sleep during the day today because I just needed rest. You know, when you just know, you know. But this is what I wanted to share with you today. I do feel confident. I don't know. I don't feel dread. You know, I did say in my video yesterday that I'm not here to glorify failing. It doesn't feel good when you fail, especially when it's public, especially when there's all these people watching you on YouTube, and you're a coach as well. And sometimes you judge yourself as a coach because you think, God, if I can't do this first time around, then what my client's going to think about me. But as I've said, be authentic, be real, just put your hands up when you messed up. And again, I'm not trying to glorify that, hey, it's okay to mess up, because there are things that are avoidable. There are things that you can commit to. There are things where you can just plan more accurately, more, and take more decisive actions. But this particular round of 75 hard, I know it's only day 2. I don't know, it just feels natural, more confident. I think there's a competence there. I think there's definitely determination that you can do this, Hafiza. I talk to myself all the time. You can do this, Hafiza. So yeah, okay. So enough of 75 hard for me. I will get it done, and this is day 2. But what I wanted to share with you is that it's New Year's Eve today. Whether you celebrate New Year's Eve or not, I still wanted to share something with you. And it's something that's recently been brought to my attention. So this is not something that I have personally used last year or the year before, but I do know somebody who's in my circle of friends who's been using this and very kindly shared it with me this year. So let me share with you. I will put the link in the description box thingy below. But this is called the Year Compass, right? Year Compass, and you can probably see it's 2024, 2025. The point of this, I mean, I like the words year, compass, direction. Where did you go? Where do you want to go? You know, it's brilliant. I love the play on words. But it's a year compass, your very own year compass to be exact. It's a booklet that helps you reflect on the past year and plan the next one. I'm not going to take any credit for it. We must credit the sources. So I will share with you how to download this. I'll share the website link, and then you can go on and download it. If you want to do it digitally, great. If you want to print it out like we did as a family, then print it out. But yeah, so it's a booklet that helps you reflect on the past year and plan the next year, with a set of carefully selected questions and exercises. So what I read on the website was that they created this year compass in 2012. 2012, wow. And since then, you know, lots of people have contributed to it, and it's just gone viral apparently, this year compass. And it helps you to uncover your patterns and design a great year for yourself. The booklet has 2 distinct parts. So 2 distinct parts. The first will help you to review, learn from, and celebrate the year you're leaving behind. And I think that's really important, really important. Even if you haven't achieved, I say this to my clients, even if you haven't achieved all of the goals, all of your desires, all of your ambitions that you kind of set for yourself, you know, at the beginning of 2024, you should still celebrate the year, because you lived it. Even if you have some regrets, or you feel like, oh, I could have showed up differently. The most important, in my opinion, the most important thing to do is to acknowledge that, hey, this is what this year has been like. This is how I felt. This is what I've achieved. And even this is what I've not achieved. And then really, really, really appreciate, and almost put your hand on your heart and express, I know you can't see my heart, but it's somewhere here, but express that inner gratitude that you're still alive, you're still here, So whatever it is that you didn't get done, you're still here, you're still living, and you've still got that opportunity to actually get it done if it still matters to you. So the first half of this particular year compass will help you review, learn from, and celebrate the year you're leaving behind. So that's 2024. The second half, on the other hand, is all about the future. And I love this because you get a chance to dream, to plan, to prepare, and make the most out of this coming year. And it says what do you need to fill out the booklet. You could do it digitally. Again, I will share the link in the description box. If you don't, just print it out, a pen or a pencil, a few hours of uninterrupted focus and an open and honest mind. And I cannot stress those two last words, open and honest mind. Be honest with yourself. Critically look at your progress, your achievements, where your time has been spent, what your calendar look like from the past for 2024. And I think it's really important. One of the things that I really love about working in, I did do a video about it, so just go back to one of the videos. It's called the 12-week year. Is that every single Monday, my WAM partners, so that's weekly accountability, weekly WAM, weekly accountability meetings. We have one every single Monday, and we are really honest with ourselves. Like, right, okay, so this is what I was supposed to do, and then we rate ourselves with a percentage. So it's like that's 64%, that's 20%, that's 94%. I've got 100%. I got it all done this week, right? And we're there to be really honest with each other, and we also look at like, well, why didn't I get it done? And nobody's there to make excuses for one another. So I think that, this way of working, especially for me this year, has been brilliant because I'm holding myself to account on a more regular basis. And so, uninterrupted focus on open and honest mind. Okay. Now then, it does ask you to, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Absolutely recommend that. And then it talks about going through the past year. This is what my last year was about. It's about 20 pages, but don't let that put you off because there's lots of, there's like big boxes that you can fill in. And then obviously you decide how much you're actually going to write down. So it talks about your personal life, family, career, studies, friends, community, hobbies, creativity, your physical health, your fitness, your mental health, your self-knowledge, habits that define you, and a better tomorrow. And then it talks about, again, the past year, 6 sentences about my past year, the wisest decision I made. I love that. I love that. I don't think we say that enough to ourselves. Like, this is a wise decision I made. Alhamdulillah, praise be to God. The biggest lessons I learned. And that's why, one of the things that I'm working on is to become a certified, is to be certified in journal therapy. I teach journaling to not only my clients, but also every bereaved parent that I come in contact with. Some bereaved parents, when I'm working with them, they really resist. And then, give it like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes longer. They come back and they say, right, I don't know why I was the way I was, or maybe I do know why I was the way I was, but my gosh, journaling has been a game changer. It's been almost a lifesaver for me to figure out my grief after my child or baby has died. So yes, I am working towards a certification in that, just to help more people with journaling therapy. But it talks about the biggest lesson I learned, the biggest risk I took, the biggest surprise of the year, the most important thing I did for others. What a beautiful question. What a beautiful question. The most important thing I did for others. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? I mean, I'm not trying to make it all flowery by saying, isn't it lovely? But isn't it? I mean, when I look at my life, I just think, that's what I want to be remembered for. The kind things, the genuine sincerity, the genuine kind things that I did with sincerity for other people. Or as we say in my faith as a Muslim, we say, for the sake of Allah, for the sake of God the Most High. I did it for the sake of the God the Most High. Now, to maybe somebody that's not practicing the faith, they might think, well, why don't you do it for yourself? Because our love, our attachment to God the Most High, Allah, is so deep that it's like we want to do everything for His sake. Because I remember once I was asked by my coach almost a decade ago, like, what's the purpose of your life, Hafiza? And I said to worship my Creator. And then I thought about it and I said to him, I said, it's to serve, I said, it's to worship my Creator by serving His creation. Do you get it? It's to worship my Creator, who is God the Most High, Allah, by serving His creation. And that just like, boof, that is like everybody. So that's why, for me, it's important to have human connection with people that you meet in a supermarket, people that you meet in a park, you know, on the bus. Just be kind to people. I know you're not always going to get kindness back. I get it. I look like this, you know. I've got my prayer hijab on today. I love it. Very, very cozy. But I just realised how many bubbles there are there. But yeah, just be kind. Have mercy towards other people. So what's the most important thing I did for others, and what's the biggest thing I completed? And then that was page 6. And then it talks about 6 questions about my past year. What are you most proud of? What are 3 people who influenced you the most? Who did you influence? I like that question. What were you not able to accomplish? Again, be open, be honest. What is the best thing you discovered about yourself? What are you most grateful for? Now, imagine if you did this on a weekly basis. I journal about this every single week, these kind of types of questions. But if you're not into journaling and you want to kind of figure out 2024, 2025, definitely look at this. Then it talks about the best moments, and there's lots of other beautiful questions about the past year. And then it talks about letting go and forgiveness. Is there anything else that you need to say? Is there anything you have to let go of before you can start your next year? And I think that is really, really important. There's too many people, and I know I've done it in the past as well, and many clients who will come at the beginning of the year. I've got clients that have signed up for coaching for 2025. They want to start in January 2025. And I've said, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, you want to start in 2025, that's fine. He said, we don't have to start in 2025. We can start in December. No. I want to start in 2025. It's like, okay, fine. And the first coaching session is that I didn't do this, I didn't get this done last year. And there's so much stuff that they haven't given themselves the opportunity of letting go of. And I think that to start a new year, or to start like another phase of working, whether it's a new year or not, you've got to let go, and you've got to have some forgiveness. Did anything happen during the past year that still needs to be forgiven? Deeds or words that made you feel bad, or are you angry with yourself? Write it down here. Do yourself good by forgiving. 100%. Forgiveness is everything. Don't hold on to that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that be a doormat, you know, let people walk all over you and it's like forgiveness. I'm not saying that. Forgive, and then draw your boundaries, right? Draw some healthy boundaries maybe around those people, right? And we can have a chat about that in another video. But I think that's really important. A lot of people, especially as adults, they kind of don't know how to let go and also to forgive for their own sake. So that's the past year. Then you kind of write. Then you've literally got the writing. You're done with the past year. You have just finished the first part. Take a deep breath and get some rest. Lovely. And then you talk about the year ahead. Okay. Oh, dare to dream big. I had a cup actually. Oh yes, I do. It's full of water. There you go. I've got a cup and it says, oh, you can't see it, can you? Which way is it? There you go. There. Daring. There. You saw my cup. I've got a cup which says daring on. Dare to dream big. What does the year ahead of you look like? Why will it be great? What would happen in an ideal world? Write, draw, let go of your expectations and dare to dream. Love it already. Very coachy. And then you talk about the year ahead. This is what my next year is going to be looking like. Again, it talks about the different areas, your personal life, your family, your career, your studies, friends, relaxation, hobbies, mental health, habits that define you. And then it talks about magical triplets for the year ahead. I will love these 3 things about myself. How lovely to start the new year. Loving 3 things about yourself. How many of us actually look in the mirror and think, oh, I hate this about myself. I hate this about myself. It's like, no, what about things that you love about yourself? I'm ready to let go of these 3 things. Great question. I want to achieve these 3 things the most. These 3 people will be my pillars during rough times. Absolutely, yes. In positive psychology, we talk about the 8 vital friends. Again, I could do a video about specifically about that. Can I just make a note of it? Otherwise, I will forget. Vital friends video. Right? And it talks about, like, you know, having different types of friends for different kind of situation scenarios that you're trying to navigate in your life. And I think that is really important. This particular work is asking for 3 people, and then I will dare to discover these 3 things about myself. I will have the power to say no to these 3 things. Love that question. How many of us really struggle saying no? I used to struggle. I'll be honest, I used to struggle. You know, I was a bit of a people pleaser. Now it's just like, if it doesn't fit me or if it's not going to work for me, I'll just say, thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate you thinking about me. I appreciate that you want to spend that time with me. Right now, I'm just not able to do so, you know. I'm just not able to do so. I will say no. I'll say no to taking on clients sometimes, just because I just know that I follow that gut reaction that we're not the best. We're not. I don't think it's going to work out us working together, because it has to be like it's a relationship. When you enter a coaching relationship, it's an actual relationship between client and coach. And then it talks about the magic triplets again. I will make my surroundings cozy with these 3 things. Oh, that's lovely, lovely. I like it already. I will make my surroundings cozy with these 3 things. I will do these 3 things every morning. I will pamper myself with these 3 things regularly. I will visit these 3 places. I will connect with my loved ones in these 3 places, these 3 ways. And then it talks about 6 sentences for the next year and various other things. Now, I think this booklet, again, I'll share the link in the description. I think it's actually a really good booklet. It's a very simple booklet. There, it's 20 pages. Might sound like a lot, but it isn't, because there's lots of space for you to write in. You can even do it digitally. I identify myself as a minimalist. I tend to do most things digitally, but the reason I printed this out is, number one, I want to show it to you guys, but also because the children and I are doing this tomorrow as well. In fact, we're doing this as a family. The intention was to do it today, but honestly, I was so tired in the afternoon, and I just thought, nah, I need to be fully ready to be able to guide and advise my children when they're doing something like this. And also, they wanted to knit and crochet, so they had like it was supposed to be 90 minutes, but then they had 2 lots of 90 minutes. Right, yeah, they got away with that, of knitting and crocheting, but they made some very beautiful things. I don't have them with me, so that was their fun time. So we're going to do it, you know, first thing in the morning. We've got an early start tomorrow with oat milk and hot chocolate. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, praise be to God. And we're going to make a start. So I will suggest that if you struggled with 2024, this might actually be a really good way of just figuring out where that year's gone. Remember what I've said in previous videos, the past is not a land that you want to live on, or that you can live on. Even if you want to live on, you can't live in it. You can learn from it and then build a better future, inshallah, God willing. The other thing is that this isn't necessarily New Year's resolutions. I'm not kind of for New Year's resolutions. I tend to work in 12-week years, so my 12 weeks started 4 weeks ago, right? So I work in 12 weeks, and then I'll take the 13th week just to look at what I've actually achieved, or even I'll just have a break on my 13th week, and then I'll start again. So we tend to work in 4 lots of 12 weeks with 4 weeks off during the year. I do that with my home education. I do that with the work that I do as well as a coach. So don't beat yourself up. You know, I to be honest, I mean, when I know that when I fill this in, it's going to be quite emotional, because I have really struggled this year. I have really struggled this year, and the biggest reason I've struggled, the biggest reason, it's not even my health. It's not even, you know, being an asthmatic, and because I've kind of faced this before, but it's just what's going on in the world. It's the horrors that are unfolding every single day. In a couple of hours, what time is it now? It's 10:46 in the UK right now. In a couple of hours, or an hour and 15 minutes, there's going to be fireworks all across Manchester. I can't listen to them anymore. I used to be a big kid when it was fireworks time, like, you know, sparklers, fireworks, like, oh, you know, love it, love it, love it. Now fireworks, I kind of almost find them quite draining. It's like I don't want to look at them. I certainly don't like the sound of them, because of what's going on, because of the genocide, because I've really struggled this year trying to figure out life, whilst raising 3 children, and just watching this horror unfold in front of me and just feeling completely and utterly helpless, except when I'm trying to live a better life. I'm giving donations, or I'm in prostration, just having that conversation with God, the Most High, and just asking, like, what do you want me to do? What can I do here? You know, make it better, make it different. Because I just, it's horrifying. It's horrifying that this, something like what is happening, what is unfolding in front of us is still happening after almost 448 days now, I think it is. 448 days. It's just horrifying. So I have struggled, and I know this is going to be an emotional activity for me, but I'm still alive, and I don't get to choose whether I'm alive or not. That's not my doing. God decides that. So whilst I'm alive, I need to do the very best that I can in this world and make the difference that I can. Anyway, yes, I'll post the website details in the box, and go ahead and have a go. And if there's any questions, or if you want to share anything with me, then great. You know, do share. And if you're struggling when you complete this, and you feel like, God, you know, that strategy session that Afiza talked about, contact me on support@consistentaction.com. So email at support@consistentaction.com, and I'll get back to you. I do have my strategy sessions booked for next week already, but if there are any spaces or any cancellations, I will endeavour to give you that strategy session to support you, just to figure out whatever needs figuring out, right? We've all got stuff to figure out. Anyway, 22-minute video. Take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.